Hi everyone. I just wanted to take an opportunity to thank everyone for their caring and concern when my mother's illness came up. And in the meantime, with what's developed with me, I'm going to be, as you know, out for recovery for about 4 weeks or so. I'm really regretting that because I've been enjoying working with the kids, and I think we're off to a really good start despite, all of that. But I wanted to also take this opportunity to talk to you a little bit about the curriculum, to kind of make up for the curriculum night. And the packet that you got at home, I'm going to kind of be explaining and talking a little bit from that. So one of the things that we do a lot and use a lot, one of the structures or frameworks here at Patton in the primary grades is the workshop model. And when you're using a workshop model, you have several components. There's a direct instruction, focused mini lesson that is delivered to the kids. And once they get past that, then there's some guided opportunities to practice. And then the third part of it is the independent practice piece. And we use workshop to teach reading. Our school-wide curriculum is based on a reading workshop model. And the great thing about it is, the workshop, when the kids are doing their independent work, that gives me an opportunity to differentiate according to levels and needs of the children in the room. So it creates an opportunity for the kids to be really motivated, to take ownership of the, whatever the tasks are, for them to experience whole group, small group, and individual work. So we use a workshop model to teach reading with the school-wide curriculum. In school-wide, the themes that we're covering and the genres of these units are fiction, nonfiction, poetry, and we have a content area that's aligned with our social studies or science program. Another part of our literacy program is phonemic awareness and phonics. Phonemic awareness is how the sounds in words are manipulated, and an important pre-reading skill. And phonics is the relationship between letters and sounds. We base our spelling words on phonics patterns. So we will be doing word work with the weekly pattern daily in the classroom as part of our center activities. You'll also have those words to practice at home, and what we want them to do is not only learn the words. It's not a memorization as much as learning to apply that pattern into other words. And so rather than just memorizing it for the quick check on Friday, being able to really internalize it and use that knowledge they have. Vocabulary and comprehension lessons are built into the school-wide program, and that's something that the students are going to experience with each unit. We use a workshop approach also when we're teaching writing, and we use Lucy Calkins units of study. The writing curriculum consists of whole group, small group, and individual instruction. And again, you start with a mini lesson where you will model the strategy that you're hoping the students are going to learn, give them some guided practice and individual opportunities to write. At this level, we want them to learn how to compose and think of what they want to say without worrying too much about it being spelled correctly. So we want them to learn how to kind of take a chance and use their phonics knowledge to create, to build words. And as the year goes on, we're going to be writing fiction, not starting that with fiction, but writing an autobiography. They're working on that now. Nonfiction reports, so they can use some of the books that they're reading in the school-wide program to also, learn how to collect facts and put that into their writing. And again, as everything else, writing is developmental, so kids are at all different levels, and this kind of workshop approach lets us have the opportunity to target instruction at their level. In this packet that went home, you'll see that there's a handwriting right without tears guide, and take a good look at that, because the verbal pathways that tell how the letter is formed, usually kids really do a good job internalizing that, and it helps them to make sure that they're using space and helping them remember correct formation of letters. As far as math, we use the University of Chicago Everyday Math Program. It's an interactive program, and the whole theory behind it is we want kids to know that math is part of your everyday life, not just something that happens in school. And it's a spiraling program, so that means that as concepts are introduced, you might not spend a real lot of time initially on one concept, but you will come around to it again through the program, and each time you do, you kind of hit it in a deeper way. So it's a little bit of a different approach than sometimes people are used to, but it's been really effective. And again, we use University of Chicago Everyday Math for our direct instruction lessons, and then we use math workshops so that kids can get experiences with hands-on materials, practice working at their desks with number writing or problem solving. And part of the rotation with that is coming to see the teacher, and that's where differentiation and targeted instruction comes in. So, it's great because you're able to challenge the kids that need a challenge, and you're able to offer extra support to those who might be having difficulties with the concept. Our science themes for the year are watching the sky, light and sound, and collecting and examining life. These are pretty exciting to the children because they get to go outside with the collecting and examining light, do a lot of observations. We have crickets in our classroom, which they enjoy looking at them and watching them and learning about the parts. I find that the kids really enjoy science, particularly, if they can. It's an inquiry-based program, so that they are really involved, and that sense of wonder really comes out because they're natural little scientists, and they're always interested in finding out why things happen and what's going on around them. Our social science themes are communities. So we're doing that now as we're getting used to school community. Patriotism, that's kind of integrated. We teach the holidays as they come up, and we will talk to them. U.S. symbols is part of the patriotism unit, so they'll learn about the symbols, the U.S. symbols, and particularly a lot of the ones in Washington, D.C. There's some current events with Time for Kids. We try to read Time for Kids on occasion. Math skills are integrated throughout the whole curriculum, the whole social science curriculum. And the culture comparison is always really popular, and often we do it looking at winter holidays around the world. We might do a study of Diwali, which is a harvest festival in India, Hanukkah, Christmas, Las Posadas, St. Lucia Day. They're not always Christmas holidays, but they are winter holidays in that theme of the candles and light in the darkness for that time of year. Last thing that I wanted to mention is our behavior plan at Patton School. it's a positive behavior system that is encouraging kids to make a difference. We call it the Patton Way, and we have a paw print, and it is in your packet. But the paw print symbol stands for what we expect from all students, staff, and parents at Patton. And then the larger section of the paw prints represents make a difference, which is an umbrella for the whole system. And I like to try to involve the students in rule setting. So we all talk about, in our classroom anyway, the type of hope or dream or goal that the student has for first grade. So if someone wants to learn how to read chapter books, they draw a picture of that. And another one wants to learn how to do hard math problems. And once we kind of compile all of that, then we talk about what kind of classroom we are going to have where all these different goals can be met. And we, with guidance from me, craft 3 basic rules. We take care of ourselves, take care of my friends, and take care of my school. And the Patton Way is take care of yourself, take care of others, and take care of our school. So that worked out really good for me. But also added be an upstander. And so trying to teach kids that it's also their responsibility when they see something is wrong or someone is being excluded, say something about it, or go tell a playground supervisor that it's going on. Stand up for your friends and learn how to be responsible for others. And those things all together make a difference. So that is something, I use a lot of that language in the classroom. Well, if you made that choice, were you taking care of yourself? No? Were you taking care of your friends? What could you have done different? And that's something that is used throughout the school, and the students are often reminded of that, of the Patton Way. Finally, I just want to say that once again, I really appreciate everybody's understanding, and I really regret having to miss any time. I'm looking forward to getting back to work as soon as I can, and in the meantime, I know that the students are going to be in good hands with Mrs. Hatfield. And anyway, thanks everybody.